Do you remember how, as a child, an ordinary day could feel like an entire event? You would go outside in the morning and it felt like there was an endless amount of time ahead of you. You could build a fort, argue with a friend, make up again, find a strange rock, invent a game, get tired, get hungry, and somehow the day still wasn't over. Time felt wide, not because the clocks moved slower, but because your brain didn't know what was coming next. Every day was new, a new street, a new smell after the rain, a new fear of walking into a dark hallway, a new taste of soda, a new person who could become your best friend for the next 2 hours. Your brain didn't ignore any of it. It recorded almost everything. And now, you're an adult. You wake up, grab your phone, check your messages, drink your coffee, take the same route, do the same tasks, say the same phrases. The day technically happens, but by the evening, you can barely say what was actually in it. It passed, and more days start to feel like that. A week turns into one blur. A month becomes a couple of vague memories. A year becomes a single sentence. How did it go by so fast? But the problem is not time. The problem is that your brain has stopped treating those days as important. It saves energy. If you see the same things every day, it doesn't need to record them in detail. It already knows this route. It already knows this conversation. It already knows this room, this screen, this tired feeling at the end of the day. So instead of creating a full memory, it leaves a small label. Normal day. And then hundreds of these normal days pile up. And when you look back, it feels like you barely lived, even though you did. Your brain just didn't save much of it. That is why childhood feels so huge. Not because it was longer, but because it was full of first times. The first time you went somewhere without your parents. The first time you slept over at a friend's house. The first time you realized you might not be chosen. The first time you fell in love. The first time you lost something that mattered. Every first time wakes the brain up. It starts paying attention. It records details. The color of the sky, someone's voice, the smell of a room, the feeling in your chest. And years later, one memory like that can take up more space in your mind than an entire month of adult life. Because memory does not measure life in hours. It measures life in events. And here is the uncomfortable truth. Comfort makes life easier, but it can also erase it from memory. Routine protects you from stress, but it also makes your days invisible. You can live through a very calm year with no major changes, no risks, no new places, no strange conversations, no unexpected decisions. In the moment, that year may feel fine, but later, when you look back, you may find almost nothing there. Not because nothing happened, but because everything was too familiar. The brain does not deeply record what does not surprise it. That is why one short vacation can stay in your memory more vividly than 6 months of ordinary life. Everything is different there. The streets, the faces, the food, the air. Even you feel slightly different. In the moment, those days may fly by, but in memory, they become long. A boring Tuesday at work is the opposite. It drags while you are inside it. You check the clock. You wait for it to end. Every minute feels heavy. But a week later, that Tuesday is gone. It almost never existed. The most boring moments feel long while you are living them, but they leave the shortest memories. The most alive moments disappear quickly in real time, but stay with you for years. So there is a strange choice built into life. You can live comfortably, repeating the same things, and when you look back, life may feel short. Or you can let new things in. Sometimes uncomfortable things, sometimes frightening things, sometimes small things, taking a different route, talking to someone new, learning something unfamiliar, going somewhere you have never been, changing the order of your day. You do not have to destroy your whole life to feel alive again. The brain does not always need huge events. It only needs a reason to believe that today is different from yesterday. Because every time you do something new, it is like telling your brain, save this, this matters. And it does. That is why life should not only be extended, it should be made denser. Not with more tasks, but with more moments you actually notice. Because one day you will look back, and the question will not be how many years have passed. The question will be how many of them still live inside you.